Booker. Senator Blackburn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and Mr. Secretary, thank you for being here with us. I have to tell you, and I know you've heard it from others, so many Tennesseans that I talk to are absolutely outraged with the benefits and the handouts that are given to illegal immigrants, especially at a time when so many people are really suffering due to this oppressive inflation that we are seeing take hold of our economy. And we are finding ourselves in the midst of the worst border crisis ever. Now, my colleague talked about 2019, but also the number dropped in 2020 after the implementation of Remain in Mexico and the Title 42 positions. That dropped, and now under this administration, we are at an all-time high. You are setting records. And now you're talking about giving immigrants, these illegal immigrants, $1 billion in settlement money. $1 billion is a lot of money. That's a lot of taxpayer money. So I'd like you to help me put these payments into perspective of that $1 billion. So how much of a border wall? If you want to talk about getting to root causes, build a wall. This is what our Border Patrol has been saying for 3 decades that they need. It's not Trump's wall, it's the fact that the Border Patrol wanted that. So how many miles of border wall would $1 billion build?
If I may, Senator, take a moment, because you've asked 2 very different
yes, questions. I have. I want an answer to how many miles of border wall could you build with $1 billion? Obviously, you don't know the answer to that. The answer is 50 miles of border wall. And then how many Border Patrol agents could you hire with $1 billion? Something else the Border Patrol has said they need to secure this border.
Senator, may I speak to the number of questions that you have posed?
Let's go through these and then come back to that. How many border agents could you hire?
I would have to get back to you, but
I can tell you it's over 15,000 border agents. How many immigration judges? Another thing the Border Patrol has told us that they need at that southern border. How many immigration judges could you hire with $1 billion?
I would respectfully submit that
7,213 immigration judges could be hired. These are all things the Border Patrol has said that they need. Now, Grassley asked you you responded to him on these settlements because the families are separated at the border. So can you sit here today and tell this committee that there hasn't been a single family separated since your administration? You told Senator Grassley you all ended that policy day one.
That is correct. We are not.
But you separated families, I know as late as March. That has been reported. So all these families that have been separated under the Biden administration, are you going to make a payment to them?
Oh, Senator.
Are they eligible?
Senator, your question, forgive me, your question is filled with inaccuracies.
Oh, no. These are things that we are pulling from
no,
Border
Senator,
Patrol. Oh, yes. Okay, I'm going to move on. Are you compensating people for both short and long-term separations, days or weeks? Are you making any difference in that, or is it just a blanket payment?
Senator, the Department of Justice is representing the United States of America in federal tort
Under
claims.
what legal authority do you all have to make these payments?
Senator, if you were privy to my prior testimony, and please allow me to answer at least one of the multiple questions that you have posed.
Okay, I want to move on in the time I have left to a couple of other things. Are you familiar with the name Robin Pachero?
I am not.
Okay, Pascal Gaspar Andres.
I am not.
Or Gaspar Andres. Or Juan Carlos Morales Pedraza. These are just a few of the criminal illegal immigrants who have been charged with a convicted crime against American citizens since Joe Biden took office. This has happened on your watch. Pachero was charged with a hit and run. It left a father of 2 dead. The Andres were charged with stabbing a man to death. Juan Carlos Morales Pedraza was he pled guilty to coercing a minor to engage in sex. So this administration's radical immigration policies are endangering Americans and costing some of them their lives. Does the Biden administration have any plans to issue million-dollar payments to the families of those who were killed or assaulted by illegal aliens?
Senator, in 2020, there were individuals who crossed illegally into the United States.
These are all on your watch.
And committed crimes.
These are all on your watch.
Is it your position that the prior administration bears responsibility for that?
I'm asking the questions, and these are all on your watch. The Build Back Better plan supports giving green cards to illegal aliens. There are many advocates out there that are trying to make certain that gets shoved into the Build Back Better. I call it the Build Back Broke. Do you support giving green cards to illegal immigrants that have entered this country? Yes or no?
Senator, I believe in immigration reform and legislation that provides a path to citizenship to those who meet certain criteria.
So you would support illegal immigrants having a path to citizenship and getting a green card when we have Americans that are out of work. Let me ask you this, yes or no, have you ever visited the White House?
Have I visited the White House?
Yes. Have you ever visited the White House?
Yes.
So you're aware there is a fence around the entire perimeter of the White House to prevent unauthorized individuals from entering the White House, correct?
Yes.
And U.S. taxpayers are also funding a $500,000 fence around President Biden's Rehoboth Beach house, correct?
I'm not aware.
And your department is overseeing this construction. You should be aware of that. President Biden obviously likes walls when they protect him. So can you explain to me why a wall is effective and necessary at the White House and the Biden Beach House, but is not necessary at the southern border?
Yes, I can. May I have that opportunity?
It's up to the chairman. My time has expired.
You may complete the answer to the question.
There are thousands of miles along the southern border, and I agree with what then Senator McCain presented, which was there are different solutions for the border because of its tremendous expanse, the great diversity in the terrain that it must cover, and therefore the key to border security is fundamentally advanced technology. That is the most effective means, because we're not going to construct a border wall on the ragged and jagged cliffs in certain parts of the border. And if I may, respectfully, Mr. Chairman, because I did not have a chance to answer any of the other questions, let me just respectfully submit that I disagree with almost everything that was articulated in the questions posed to me that I did not have a chance to respond to.